Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Again, every single week we come back to you trying to bring forth African American culture here in the Des Moines and around the state of Iowa. Yes, this show is focused on what's happening in the Black community. Absolutely. We also look to make sure that we do spread the love and share the love to others. But a lot of our focus is trying to make sure that we're pointing out what's happening in our community, because there's only a little bit of those channels to actually do that.
Exactly.
And so we have the amazing opportunity to make that happen right here on the Urban Impact Show.
Yeah.
We are live from the studio in Windsor Heights. If you would like to book this space, you can call 515. I can't see over Cameron's hair.
996.
I wish Cameron's hair was much smaller, or his forehead.
You know.
515-996.
Let it begin.
And that's Cameron Middlebrooks. So if anybody was wondering, who I was talking about.
Here we go.
515-996-0326. Again, if you want to book this space is available for private events. If you would like to book it, you can call 515-996-0326. I'm your boy, Rob Johnson.
I'm Brittany Janelle.
I'm Tawana Bradley. I was waiting for Brittany. I was like,
She was like, wait a minute, hold up. So,
I was about to say something else.
oh, that is too funny. So tell me, how was your weekend?
Good, pretty good. I worked, and I was about to say go Chiefs, but I didn't know if it was. I didn't know if it was that time
you can
yet.
say that whenever you feel like
But
it.
go
It's fine.
Chiefs. But no, it was a good weekend. I worked and relaxed today, and excited for the game tonight.
I'm excited for these two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Eli's godfather is a Eagles fan.
Oh, I'm about to say who's Eli? But I forgot that his
She
godfather
didn't hear us
was Lewis.
talking before the show.
But I
started.
forgot Lewis was his god. But I was like, his the quarterback.
Man, that'd be cool too.
I know you would be at the game.
amazing,
You'd be at
wouldn't
the
it?
game.
I probably wouldn't be. I probably would still be here.
But Eli
Just-
would need that experience. If his
not
goddad
at,
was
not at,
playing,
not at one. Not at one.
if my
He
baby's
wouldn't remember.
goddad was
No.
playing,
Yeah, you won't remember.
because he would not be back at the Super
Eli's-
Bowl when he gets older.
Well, his fault. Should have been born sooner.
Shut up.
Luana, how was your weekend?
Yeah, it was good. I got my red on. Go Chiefs. So, you know.
Oh, I thought it was because you was a Delta.
I mean that
Wait,
too,
you
but
AKA?
today the Chiefs trump Delta today, so it's about
Right.
the Chiefs. Forgive me, Delta, but today it's the
About the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
They said they taking you to the AKAs now. They kicking you out.
Hey, the AKs would take me too, though. You know,
That
so it's all
is
good.
too
have an AK,
You know, I
funny.
mean, I can spread the love. But, you
That
know,
is
I should better stop
too
talking before someone cuts me off or something. So
We are denouncing.
It would behoove you.
I know.
First of all, we got to get him on this show. Darren Fleet has got to be one of the funniest dudes on the internet right now. Like, he has got to be one of them. When he did that that spoof on Mary J. Blige, talking about how good Mary J. Blige looked, Trey, I was crying, man. Oh, I was crying. So, well, we're going to get going because we got our first guest already waiting.
In the
Right?
cut.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
got.
so yeah,
oh
we
yeah,
got-
we are ready to go.
Yeah,
aren't we?
yeah.
Look at this. We
Yeah,
moving.
look at God.
We've got a full. We are ahead of schedule. We've got
Yeah.
a full
Yeah, because
day.
Super Bowl is today,
Because
so-
the Super Bowl, and we want to get out of here and watch the show. Oh, especially Rihanna. I'm saying that for my daughter in the back. We want to get home to watch Rihanna. It's
Who
not
says?
about the game. It's about Rihanna's halftime show.
Rihanna was
That's
the
what
wrong
it's about.
choice for the Super Bowl.
Here
We
you
are going
go.
to have to go to break because pretty soon my daughter's going to jump from the other side of the room to Rob, so we better wrap
They
this
should have
up.
picked somebody else.
We got the Navy in the building, and she
I know.
will support Rihanna.
Hilarious. All right, y'all, we'll be right back with our first guest. Thanks for watching Urban Impact Show. Press that share button.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where I'm your host, Dewana Bradley. And today I'm super excited because we have our first guest of the day, Miss Lanisha Castle. She is the Executive Director of the African American Museum in Cedar Rapids. Lanisha, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Yay, success. I know last week we had a little technical difficulties, so I appreciate you coming back to be with us today.
Absolutely, we learned to roll with the punches, right?
Yeah, we're flexible. We just make it work.
Yep. Well,
So,
thank you
Lanisha,
so much for
before
having me. I appreciate it.
No, we appreciate you. Before you introduce yourself, just a quick question. Chiefs or Eagles?
That's so funny you said that. I don't have a preference, but I'm enjoying the banter that's going on social media right now.
Okay, wonderful. Are you looking forward to the halftime show?
You know what? I think I will be. I might join my family for a few minutes before I
Okay.
go back to my own cave.
Okay, sounds good. I just have to ask that. Most people I'm talking to are just looking forward to the halftime show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some of the ads and the halftime show.
Yes, well, wonderful. Talk a little bit about what you do and your work at the African Museum.
Sure. So I've been with the museum for about 7 years. Actually, this month makes 7 years for me. And I'm the executive director there. And I raise the funding that we need to be able to provide educational resources by way of exhibits and programs, workshops, conferences, tours, and all the things that we do at our museum and other places across the state when we go out on site and do virtual programming as well.
Okay. I know that the museum is closed right now, but just talk about when the museum is open, kind of what people can expect and what offerings you all have.
Sure. So we have two galleries, or one gallery with two exhibits. And we have our permanent exhibit, which is Endless Possibilities, and it explores the West African slave trade at the beginning, and then it goes right into Iowa history. And then we also have our temporary exhibit, which changes annually. And so when we reopen early next year, we will have an exhibit that is an exploration of our history. So it'll be some of the past exhibits as we prepare to have a brand new exhibit installation next, I believe it'll be in August or September of next year. So in the meantime, we're going to have that exhibit up. We'll have programs, as I mentioned earlier, around our exhibit and any other topic that provides educational resources about African American history in Iowa.
That's great. Do you all provide like traveling museums? I know that we've seen some museums here at our local libraries, and talk a little bit about that.
Yep, absolutely. So we've always had traditional traveling exhibits, and by traditional, I mean they pop up, and depending on the topic that's being covered, it can be anywhere between 3 panels and 5 panels. So we have exhibits on the history of Buxton, on Iowa civil rights, music, African American influence on music, and a number of other topics. And then we also just created, while we're closed, and another opportunity for us to stay present, was to have expo size and quality exhibits. So the exhibit you referenced that's in Des Moines right now and other places is called Suspended: Systemic Oppression in Our Schools, and it talks about the school to prison pipeline. And so that exhibit is about there are 3 panels, 8 by 8 in size, and they're double-sided. And so they're pretty large, and they have to be in a space that can accommodate the ability for people to be able to walk in and around the exhibit panels. And so that is not only in Des Moines, it's been in Johnston, it's going to be at Mason City, Buena Vista University, Kirkwood, University of Dubuque, the Pentecrest, and Iowa City, and many other places throughout the year.
Yeah, it's a really great exhibit. I would suggest if people could check that out. Really great information about schools and the impact that it has on African Americans in the state of Iowa.
Absolutely.
So if you wanted to get one of those for a traveling museum, how would one go about that? Can it go to any organization, and is there a cost for that?
So the traditional exhibits are $25, a flat rate, and then whatever shipping might be. And a lot of people are able to save expenses by just picking it up from us And while we're closed, we'll have it with us at our temporary office space. For suspended, that exhibit is much larger and heavier, and we are letting it go to venues for 3, 6, or 9 months, or even longer if necessary.
Okay.
And that is a flat rate of $250 plus shipping. And that can be pricey, but a lot of people have opted to pick those up as well, and that certainly is an option. And lots of programming to be had around the exhibits, all of them. And they have gone to elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, libraries, home schools, community spaces. Some organizations get them just for their own private viewing, for leadership development, things like that.
Yeah, I would suggest to any of our listeners to look into that. I think you provide a lot of great information for individuals. So make sure to check out the African American Museum for that information. I just want to do a little pivot a little bit. I know that we are in the middle of Black History Month, and just want to ask you a question of what does Black History Month mean to you?
So Black History Month is an interesting, I think, conversation to be had with so many people. First of all, it's very exciting for us at the museum and me personally that we are able to have a full month where we can celebrate Black achievement, to educate people about Black struggle, and particularly in Iowa, there's so many stories that have not been shared that people are unaware of, that we need to be able to do that. But some of the things I've been trying to educate our audiences, our patrons about is that Black history can be shared all year round. The museum's resources are available all year round. As a matter of fact, we launched a campaign a few years ago, #NotJustFebruary, so that people will be aware that we can do this more. We don't have to only talk about Black history and Black achievement, Black contribution in February. It can happen all year long, just like other history is shared. And Black history is American history. Black history is Iowa's history. So it's important that we navigate celebrating Black History Month, but also making sure that people are aware that we can celebrate all year long.
Yeah, no, that makes really good sense. Kind of following into my next question, we live in a state where we know that we don't want to have honest conversations about our history. How do you approach that with your work at the museum?
You know, when I started with the museum in 2016, I was deputy and I took over as executive director in 2017. I was really moved by the idea of sharing real-time relevant history. You know, all of our history is important and relevant. When we talk about things like modern protest, conformity, migration, immigration, our current exhibit on school to prison pipeline, our last exhibit on redlining, it's important that we're having these conversations that are about things that are happening right now. Yesterday is history. We don't have to go back so many years, but it's important to have that foundational history as well. So being able to tell our foundational history along with things that are happening right now in our world that are impacting us locally and nationally. So it's important for me to be able to share things that are happening right now, especially as we try to target younger generations. As youth are beginning to be in the movements that are happening in our society, they want to feel like they're having an impact, and being able to chronicle what's happening right now as in addition to what's happened in generations past.
Yeah, no, that's great. I just want to ask you, I know you also work with Juneteenth. Anything you want to share about that's upcoming for your celebration in the month of June?
Sure, we're excited. You know, it's Juneteenth is such an interesting time to celebrate. So many people are now people of color, and also people, of course, who are not of color, are becoming aware of the significance of Juneteenth, even though it's been celebrated since it first happened in 1865. So for the museum, this year in particular, we are doing a lot of collaboration. We're doing a week-long celebration, actually a little bit longer than a week. In addition to our regular festival that we're having on the 17th, we're partnering, ironically enough, with the Des Moines Metropolitan Opera to bring Driving While Black opera to Cedar Rapids audiences, in addition to a number of virtual and in-person events like book signings and some other activities. So we're really pleased to be able to commemorate the celebration of Juneteenth with a number of activities that will engage the entire community, adults and youth, the entire family.
Yes, we're looking forward to celebrating Juneteenth right along there with you as well. As we start to wind things up, can you tell people how can they get in contact with you if they want to know more about Juneteenth and things that will be happening at the African American Museum when it opens? Could you provide your contact information?
Absolutely. Everybody who's listening can find all about what we're doing right now and when we reopen at blackiowa.org. You can see it all about our traveling exhibits, our programming, our workshops, conferences, programs that are happening in and around the state just by visiting us online at blackiowa.org, and our social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter.
Wonderful. Again, that's blackiowa.org. Make sure you check it out. Lanisha, thank you so much for being on the Urban Impact Show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We appreciate your time. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
You too.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I am your host, Brittany Dudley, and today I have Ms. Veronica Gaines with Face the Fashion 360 booth. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, you.
Doing well. Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
So tell us about your business. The 360 booth is the booth where you stand in the middle and the camera just kind of rotates around
Yes.
you, correct? How did you get started with that business?
I started with that 2 years ago, because usually I was working on t-shirts and hoodies at first, so I had just added that 2 years ago to my business.
Because people kept asking about it or looking for it, like here in Des Moines?
No, I had did some research online. I've been seeing everybody doing it around the world, so I was like, oh, let me hop on that.
Maybe that could be fun. Yeah.
So I just got into it, did some research, did my little homework, and I'm here now with it.
And so tell our viewers the pronunciation of your business name.
Face to Fashion.
Face to
Yeah,
Fashion.
it was Face to Fashion like for the clothing line, and then Face to Fashion 360 video booth got it to that.
The first time I did one of those video booths was in LA like 3 years ago. And I had seen it like on, like Housewives and like Love and Hip Hop, stuff like that, but I didn't know that it was like, I'm like, maybe that's something that their camera crew has, like I had never seen it. And then when I went to a party out there, it was a house party actually, and someone had the booth, and I'm like, that is so cool how you, like, it goes through like numbers of songs. You can choose whatever song you want, and then just kind of having that video rotate around. I thought that was really, really cool. When you did some of your research, what are some of the things that made you want to bring it here? Like, why did you think like, Des Moines, this will be a good market for this?
Just be fun about it, have some fun, let people have memories, and just have fun.
A lot of like weddings or parties, like who usually books it for you?
Just for parties right now. So I'm trying to get into the schools and the
Like
malls.
school dances and stuff?
Yeah. So that'll be my main pitch to go to.
Yeah, well, if we have anybody here that, that's watching, that's, looking, she'd be open to having to be at school dances, school parties, graduations, I think would be awesome. Or, maybe even just in the cafeteria during like a lunchtime.
Yeah, anything. I'm everywhere.
Now, do you just market just for Des Moines or just like near cities?
Everywhere. I travel also to Chicago, Kansas City.
I hear the accent. Are you from Chicago?
Yes.
I swear you guys all have the same accent. And then you will travel with your booth, and do they have to like rent it? Like if you to go to Chicago, do they have to rent it out for like a certain amount of time or something for you to be able to make
how
that
many
trip?
hours they book or a travel fee is included also. So yeah.
And like, do you have a place? I mean, is it at your house, or do you have like a shop or something that like they can?
No, it's at my house. So
it's something that somebody would have to rent. For
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you get a lot of people here wanting it?
Yeah, I'm starting to pick up now, so it's been awesome.
What about even like at the clubs out here? I think that would be something.
Yeah, I've been at some clubs out here, the Zora Bar. That's the only one that I've been to. Oh, and the Elks Lodge, so I've been there too.
Well, I bet too for like Drake Relays. I'm pretty sure.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I would like to do that one also.
Yeah. Any other like type of items you guys are getting into like that, like photography or anything else that you're getting into like for your business that's relatable to that, the 360?
No, that was it. Just that. I'll be doing some pictures, video pictures. So once I get that settled, and then I start that.
And I don't know a lot of other businesses or places here that has that. So you might be like the first.
Oh, it's a couple out here,
Really?
actually,
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm highly recommended, so, because
awesome.
I'm different from everybody, so.
Yeah. What do you feel like makes you different?
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes me fun and hype up the party.
Crowd,
Yeah.
And so do you still do your t-shirts and your sweatshirts or your
Yes, I
other
still
things
do
like
my
that?
hoodies and t-shirts. I customize hoodies, t-shirts, mugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be at the Bella Love event for the Black History Month.
Oh, nice.
So y'all can come check me out there.
Nice.
I'm working
and you're
on.
gonna have all of your stuff there.
Yeah, I made pillows, mugs, and the 360. So yeah, it's gonna be
Do you
awesome.
create logos, or is it like if they have one and they just send it to you?
Yeah, they just send it to me, yeah. But I do do flyers and stuff, and birthday flyers if they ask.
Nice.
Yeah. Get
And-
into my like graphic.
Yeah, I think that right now that's a good business to be into because
Yeah.
everyone's starting to do like throwing like events and parties, and like entrepreneurship is really, after COVID is really big. So I think that's a good market to even go into.
Yes, it is.
What are some things, I guess, for our viewers that are watching, if someone was looking that's like, I want to get into that business, what are some advice that you could give them?
I would tell them, I would send them to the Facebook group that I be on to look into it. So right now I'm also teaching someone how to do it now.
Oh,
So
okay.
if they want to reach out to me to get into it, then I'm the person to go to and get them some information on it, on how to start, where to start at.
So I guess if I was looking to start, what would you like send me to like the manufacturer person to?
Yes.
To give
Yeah. They got
are
a
they
website.
expensive?
Yes, they very expensive.
I would think so.
Yeah, very expensive.
And so does it come with like that little stage thing and the thing that goes around, and you can just put your phone on there, or is it like a camera that you need to
You
have?
can put your camera on there, or your phone on there, or your GoPro on there. You can put all of them on there, ring lights, so you can get better view and
Yeah.
lights, everything.
Yeah, I think that it would be a good market for you to try to get into some of the clubs and stuff here because, our camera phones obviously take good pictures, but I think
Yeah.
memory-wise, when you think of like old school parties and different stuff like that, they had like photo booths or like that photo wall where people were taking pictures. I think this is just the new day and age, like we're
Yeah.
replacing that backdrop, kind of with
Yeah.
the prison pose type of thing on the wall. So I think that if you're watching, I think this is a good market to try to get into, so we can have more of them around here. And
Yes.
you know, you could be someone to kind of start,
Yeah.
you know, the chain of that. If someone is looking to book you for your 360 booth, or you know, for any graphic design, where can they reach you?
You can reach me on my number at 515-610-1772, or email me at facetofashion@gmail.com, or you can check out my website and go fill out the form at facetofashion.com.
And that form will just get them to
Get
be able
all
to get
the
like a
information.
consultation or
Yeah.
something with you. Awesome. You know, before you go, is there anything that you'd like to tell us that you guys are? You said you're going to be at the Black History event.
Yes.
Is there anything else like coming up this summer? Anything that you want to tell our viewers that you? Would be
I got
part
a
of?
lot of ideas that's coming up this summer, and obviously adding something else to my business, so that's going to be exciting.
Are you going to be able to announce that soon?
Yes, I'll announce that soon. Yeah.
So follow her so that you guys can hear any new announcements that she has. And you know, with the summer, they have the Sister Soul Fest coming up. There's a
Yes.
lot of things that, you know, I think bringing your booth out to would be awesome.
Try to get into the farmers market too.
Oh yeah,
so I've been
that
trying to
would be
get in that
awesome.
forever.
I think the spring. I think they're signing up now.
Okay.
To get into farmers market, because one of my
Cool.
friends just said that. They have the Valley Junction market, and then they have the farmers market out
Yeah.
there. So that would be awesome.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today and letting us learn a little bit more about your business. Thank you for tuning into the Urban Impact Show. We will go on our break and come back with our next guest.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where I cannot pronounce my words right. So, inside joke, y'all. Wait.
Where your
Just watch the
glasses
video.
at? Where your
I took them off,
Oh.
if that's okay.
I was just wondering what's going on.
I
What's
took them
happening
off
here?
because I don't have to read anything nor see anything now. Doesn't matter if I can see. I can speak now, so
no
it's all
glasses.
good.
Who watching this episode this
I'm
week?
seeing trying to hit. Trying to hit. I'm single.
Who watching this episode this week?
Let me just say, I would stand up for y'all because I look real good today.
Yes.
I'm single, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay?
Your daughter's like,
She's like, oh. Only rich people apply. She's telling it right now.
Wow, that
Stepdaddy's
is
got to have a little
funny.
bit of this. Just saying.
Oh my God.
Anyways, welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where we like to have lots of fun. We have our guest with us, Cameron Middlebrooks. He is the Iowa State organizer for Reform Alliance, and I'm sure you all have seen something. If you're on social media, you can't tell me that you have not seen something about Reform Alliance and what's happening here in our city, which I think is huge.
Yeah.
Just knowing, I won't get into it, I'll let you get into it, but I just think what is going to take place will be life-changing for many individuals in our state. So welcome to the show.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Thank you, Dwan, Brittany, Robert. I really appreciate being here. Really excited to talk about reform. For those who don't know what reform is, we're a national organization focused on the supervision system, right? Reforming the supervision system. Which for folks that don't know what that is, that's probation and parole. So we've actually been working in the state for about 3 years, trying to pass bills and legislation to make it easier for folks that are coming out of incarceration, being on parole, being on probation, to be active citizens in our community again. So we're really excited about the Iowa Job Fair that we're actually going to host to really support that work. And it's going to be this Wednesday. I'm at the Iowa Event Center. We're happy to partner with the Greater Des Moines Partnership to put this on, where we got over 10 employers. Every single employer that's going to be there is willing and ready to hire people with criminal backgrounds. But I do want to let folks know it's not just for people with criminal backgrounds, right? If you are out there looking for a job, looking to upskill yourself, we want you to be there. Because not only are we going to have employers, but we're also going to have job readiness resources as well. So organizations like Evelyn K. Davis Center, Project Iowa will be there to help you with your resume, to help you. I mean, if you want to get your hair cut, we're gonna have barbers on site. Ladies, we're gonna have makeup artists so you can get made up before you go talk to the employers. If you do have a record, EKD, they'll help you start that expungement process to get all that stuff removed from your record. So it's really awesome opportunity.
how did we get it here in Iowa?
That's a great question. So Reform has actually done this in only 2 other places. We've done it at Madison Square Garden and we did it in Philadelphia. Reform is excited about the opportunity they have in Iowa to pass this legislation. So they wanted to bring this job fair here to again promote that. So it's just the next step in our evolution of the type of work that we're doing in this state.
And who has started this great project?
Also, so that's a good question. So Reform, folks that are listening, y'all probably might remember when, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, Meek Mill, everybody knows Meek. It is. So folks know Meek's been on probation since he was in high school, right? And now 34-year-old man, he's in New York for whatever reason, pops a wheelie and he gets his probation violated and they try to send him back for a 2 to 4 year term. Now, luckily for Meek, he's a multimillionaire, got multimillionaire friends, celebrities, billionaire celebrities, and they came to fight for him, right, to help him out of his situation. But after he got through his jam, they had a question that they had to ask themselves. If this can happen to Meek Mill, what about Rob Johnson in Chicago? What about Cam Middlebrooks in Des Moines, right? What about Mo and Joe wherever that are going through this every single day? So that's why they decided to start the Reform Alliance, again, to be specifically and exclusively focused on probation and parole. And some of our board members include Meek Mill was a founding board member, Jay-Z, Robert Kraft with the Patriots for our football fans, Rick Rubin, who is the owner of Fanatics, which does sports memorabilia.
Did Kim have something to do with it too, or?
So we've worked with, you talking about Kim K?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I'm talking about Kim like
I know, right? My mama named Kim too. I was like, I don't know, Mama, did you have something to do with it? No, so not necessarily with the formation of the Reform Alliance, but Kim has worked with a number of our folks. Folks may remember a couple years ago, the 45th president passed the First Step Act, which was a major criminal justice reform legislative act at the federal level. We had a lot to do with that. Kim K had a lot to do with that, but this is just a continuation of the conversations that Meek had with his friends who were there to support him and how he can support the community.
That's great. Rob?
I ain't got no questions.
You lying.
Stop it.
You lying, man. Don't lie to
Rob
these people.
don't have no questions. Come on now.
No,
Please
I'm just
stop.
I'm always a big fan of doing things in our community like this. So whatever we can do, I want to make sure that people come out on Wednesday, continue to share the flyer, continue to push that. We have an opportunity to show national organizations that Black folks show up in Iowa, but clearly it's not just for Black people, but it is for everybody. But we know that our criminal justice system advertently affects African Americans way more than it does our other ethnic brothers and sisters and our counterparts. And so this is a major opportunity for us, and that's so really I didn't have any questions. I'm excited to be there on Wednesday. I'll be there in person on Wednesday, and so come say what's up. We'll be there making it happen.
Cam, I did have a question for you. I heard you say that the job fair is taking place on Wednesday, but are there any laws through the legislature that need to be passed that you all are working towards? 'Cause I heard you say that, but I didn't know if the laws had been passed or you're working to make that
I
happen.
appreciate that. So yeah, we are working. We've been working for 3 years. We have a piece of legislation right now that we're working through the House and the Senate. And this is a probation's credit bill. So in essence, once somebody's on probation, they'll be able to earn credits or time off of their term 3 different ways, right? The first way is a discharge credit. So for every single month a person shows up to their PO and is in compliance with their terms of probation, they're able to earn 15 days off on the back end of their term, right? There's also an education credit. So for every educational achievement that they attain, they're able to earn time off. And that goes from high school diploma, GED equivalency, post-secondary, or even a vocational or skills certificate, they're able to earn time off. And then the last is a workforce credit. So for every 6 months that they're employed, they're again able to earn time off. What this does is not only does it encourage people to reacclimate to society in a positive way, right? Because we know when folks are educated, when folks are working, their chances of recidivizing or going back to prison is drastically lower, right? So it's creating better citizens, it's creating safer communities, and for our probation officers, right, their caseloads will drop and get smaller so they can spend the time that they need to focus on the people that need the most focus.
And I think one thing too, it's showing them that, you know, like this hard work that you're doing is going towards something. Because one thing that I do hear for some people who do have felonies is like, well, I can get a job, but it's not really worth it. Or it's not going to be a job that's worth it, or I can't actually get back into society and grow my family because I'm not being paid as much. So this program is showing them that some of the work that you're doing is going to pay off.
Exactly.
One more question that I did have before we go is, can you very quickly explain to our viewers like what the expungement actually is, or being your record being expunged, what that is?
Yeah. So to have your record expunged, that means in layman's terms, you get to erase that infraction on your record. So when a prospective employer pulls up your background check, they won't necessarily see that probation or that marijuana possession charge that you had 5 years ago, right? They won't see that theft that you may have had 10 years ago.
Is it only certain things that can get expunged?
Yeah, so it's certain things, you know, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't want to go all the way into exactly.
Some people, they just.
Yeah. But what I always tell people is at least start the process, right? Because sometimes it may be a certain time period needs to elapse before it's expungible, right? Others, if you have a deferred judgment, it's automatically expungible, but a lot of people don't know that, so they'll live the rest of their lives with this on their record thinking, well, why can't I get this job? Because something from 20 years ago keeps showing up. So it's important that folks start that process to get it expunged. And again, all the services that we're offering are going to be free, from job readiness, resume building, the expungement process, the haircuts, the makeup. I forgot to even tell folks, man, we're having the men's closet, so from EKD, so folks can get suited and booted on site. Dress for Success will be there, so folks will be able to get appointments so they can go get suited. Ladies can get suited for their next opportunity as well.
No, that's great. You know, I just want you, as we are wrapping up, just to talk to our viewers. There's someone out here who's probably listening to us and saying, I've been there, done that before. And the last time I showed up, y'all played me, so I'm not coming back this time, because I think it's going to be the same thing. Everything sounds like, it would be in the favor of a person who was really trying to get out there and do something. Can you just talk to that person who right now is feeling like, I'm not buying into this, but tell them why they should give this another chance?
Well, I would say don't buy into me, don't buy into reform, don't buy into into any of these organizations, buy into yourself. This is an opportunity, right? At the end of the day, that's all we're asking for, is to create opportunities and pathways for individuals that have been just impacted to get back into society and be that family member that we want to be, to be that citizen that we want to be. I mean, we got a number of employers that have hundreds of jobs openings, right, at all different levels, right? And I think one thing I wanted to say is these aren't just entry-level positions, right? They're hiring at all levels. I mean, we got people like the Rasmussen Group, Farm Bureau Financial, UPS, Mom's Mills, Iowa Workforce, Hy-Vee, Amazon, Jam Restaurants, At Home Care, Unity Point, Shazam, White's Construction, right? All levels. And I'm going to tell you, right, this is the reason why these employers are showing up. Number one, we already told them you have to be willing to hire folks like this in order to be here, right? But also, here's some stats for you. 32% of Iowa businesses report vacancies. That's over 78,000 jobs that need to be filled yesterday for these organizations, for these businesses to be successful. Now, our unemployment rate in Iowa is so low, we can't fill it with the natural unemployed person. So we have to find creative ways to fill those roles. And one creative way is putting people back to work that desperately need to get back to work, right? I've worked with organizations like EKD, I've been into the community, and I've seen job fairs like this go on before. And I've seen folks come out of prison, and I gotta tell you, when people get an opportunity that's been told no time and time again, not only are they gonna be loyal to that company, but they're gonna exceed, they're gonna thrive with the person that they want to be.
They need a second chance.
They need a second chance. And I mean, it's a moral thing, right? But it's also, I mean, it's a workforce thing, right? The need is there for these employees. So they need you more than you need them, right? And that's the point we're at. We got a unique workforce crisis in the state, and this is an opportunity and a way for us to fill that.
Yeah. Kim, do me a favor, look directly into the camera, give them all of the information that they need for Wednesday.
Yep.
Do me a favor, if you can, repeat it twice so that we can make sure that everybody has it.
Awesome. So the Iowa Job Fair that's powered by the Reform Alliance and the Greater Des Moines Partnership is hosting our job fair on Wednesday, February 15th from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Iowa Event Center. We ask you to please go to iowajobfair.org to register to participate. But even if you ain't got a chance to do that, please just show up anyway. Again, this Iowa Job Fair is going to be on Wednesday, February 15th from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Iowa Event Center. Please show up, tell your friends, tell your family. This is a great opportunity not only to get a chance to be employed, but also get those wraparound resources that you need to be successful.
Just quickly before you go, Chiefs or Chiefs
Or Eagles.
Man, I hope the game ends 0-0.
Oh man!
Stop it.
You know what I mean?
team is not
But,
bad.
man, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. We ain't been in the Super Bowl since '96. I know the haters. I know the haters gonna talk. I know the haters gonna talk, but I don't care about neither one of them teams. But I do hope my two black quarterbacks play well. Honestly, I'm just looking for a good game,
Yeah.
That's what I'm
an awesome
saying.
Super Bowl
Go
halftime,
Bears.
an awesome Super Bowl halftime, and then my Cowboys. Maybe we'll get in there next year and we'll beat the Bears in the NFC Championship game.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Don't forget Wednesday at the Iowa Event Center. Be there between 1 and 7 to show up. Bring your kids as well. Let them see what you have going on. So don't let your children be a deterrent from having you go there, because I'll have mine there. Mine will be there. And so we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching Urban Impact Show. We'll be right back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I want to address something really quick. I dislike how our legal system has all of these people on probation. I know that's a whole nother show.
A whole nother
but
show,
that
yes.
thought of like all of these people on papers just so y'all can collect a better check, to me is so mind blowing. So anyway,
Oh, trust me, I know.
it just hit me like it's so wrong. But
Yeah.
you know, they trying to send people to jail off of driver's license, off
Being
of,
barred.
yeah, off of
paying child support.
off of
Yeah.
child support, trash pickup, right? Like, and then now you got a fine, and because you didn't pay the fine, you get arrested, and because you can't afford to get bonded out for the arrest, now it's like it is
crazy.
ridiculous, man. So whole nother show, I know, but I
that's
couldn't.
a nice community conversation
I was
show.
about to say,
Yeah,
we
but
need to talk
Yeah,
about it though.
that's-
We
soon.
do, because
That's
it's
another show.
terrible, man.
Maybe even have
and then
somebody
these
on here.
attorneys charging all of this. Anyway, then before I go down that road, that's a whole nother show, I know. But on a lighter note, please show up on Wednesday. Go out there and get you a job.
Yeah.
Final
Yes.
thoughts before we hand it over to DeWanna.
No, I mean, I'm excited about what they're doing on Wednesday. You know, kind of not to get too deep in it. I think that, you know, a lot of they need to know that there's hope for them. Like, you know, people who have felonies, they need to know that there's hope, and we're trying to provide resources for them. So I'm excited about what's going on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it's a really great thing that this is happening. I'm big on second chances. I
Yeah.
think, you know, just because you have a history of being in jail or you're coming out of that, we shouldn't be, you know, not allowing people to live regular lives. You want them to make
Yeah.
it, right? But you put all of these barriers in front of them
I always think
not
about
to make
Tupac's
it. And it's just
saying-
crazy.
I always think about Tupac saying, "We're not here to survive; it's a setup." Every time, like,
Yeah.
we have these type of conversations, it's like,
Yeah, we want you to
Set
make
up.
it. So this is your opportunity on Wednesday to get another chance with people who believe in you and are providing just about everything
Yeah.
to be able to make it possible for you. So looking forward to Wednesday.
Here's my final thought before DeWanna reads off the names. I just want everybody to please know that our youth are in desperate need of mentors and volunteers and people to really step in. Our community is in a very weird place right now. So this weekend as a whole, I spoke at North High School, Hoover High School, Roosevelt High School, and the Juvenile Detention Center 3 times this weekend, right? So I was in front of, you can probably say a total of maybe 2,000 kids this weekend. And you could feel the hurt from our babies. You could feel what they are going through. And sometimes we don't take enough time to take a minute and really look at what's happening. So take a moment. If you have somebody that are in between 13 and 19, take a moment and just love on them because they're really going through it in this moment. And I think sometimes we get so busy with our stuff that we sometimes ignore the fact that their struggles are real. Their mental health is also very real. Also, please look. We're looking for your support here at the Urban Impact Show. If you would like to donate, we'll have donation links for you to donate to the Urban Impact Show to support the work that we're doing. Please consider making a monthly donation if possible, so that we can continue to do this show every single month and bring it to you guys with good content. Give us feedback on the content as well. We want to make sure that this show is for us, by us. I have to say that that's not ours because technically that's copywritten. So,
But it sounds good because
yes,
it's real.
yeah. And
It's
so,
our true lived reality.
wanted to just say that and thank you all for watching because you don't have to, and we get so many compliments and so much feedback already. So thank you all. To all 84,000 people who take a look at our stuff, we appreciate you so much. DeWanna.
All right. Well, as promised, we said that we were going to give away tickets. We like to support other Black-owned businesses and other things that are happening within our community. It's important. We're not only asking you to support us, but we also want to keep true to our word and support others. So we are supporting the showing of August Wilson's The Piano Lesson that will be taking place at the Playhouse.
I went to go see it on Wednesday.
Did you?
it is really good.
Yes.
Now it is a long play, but it's really good.
How many more? When is it over?
The last day is next Sunday, the 19th. So you have time to still go see it. We're going to give away some tickets. Yes, I am trying to get there myself before the 19th to be able to see it. I know it's going to be a great play, and they have amazing cast members that we got a chance to talk
I'm
to.
very impressed by how they remembered those lines. Like, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I was like, ooh, man.
Pyramid always puts on a really great play, so I mean they have
Shout out to Tiff.
Shout out to you, Tiffany, because you, Alexis, everyone a part of the team just does an amazing job. So as promised, we are going to spend our will of all of those. We had 22 people about who put their name in there. 24.
More than that, but there's 24 posts. Some of them have multiple names.
Okay, gotcha. So here we go. We're going to go through and we will call out our winners.
Is it spinning?
Trey, let me know when it's spinning and we can give the names. Drum roll.
Bro? All right.
I got the winners. Okay, our first winner is Jean Holyfield Hauser. You will receive 2 tickets to August Wilson's The Piano Lesson. We will make sure we will get a hold of the Des Moines Playhouse. You can go see that show anytime from now, tomorrow, until the 19th.
Yep.
And then our second winner, has that come up yet? Second winner coming. All right, our second winner is Tyson Jackson. You have gotten 2 tickets to August Wilson's The Piano Lesson. You can go anytime starting tomorrow through Sunday. We will have your tickets there at the ticket booth. Madison will make sure to send a message to you all so that you can retrieve your tickets. Thank you so much for continuing to support the Urban Impact Show, where we want to continue to provide you with great content. So we are now getting out of here so we can enjoy the rest of the game, catch Rihanna's halftime show, and enjoy time with our friends. Don't listen to what Rob said about Rihanna. I co-sign you, Rihanna. I don't know you, but got your lip gloss on today. So anyways, do you? Yeah, I'm like, I got your lip gloss on today. All right, well, we are out of here. We will see you next week. Enjoy your week with Urban Impact Show.
Have a great week.